Oh, Royal
Prince
Sussex
Harry
Squad,
and Meghan Markle
gather
at
round
risk
because
of
we need to
losing
talk about
royal
Prince
title.
Harry's latest powerful move and
UK's
how
royal
once again,
family
without
prepared
even
to strip
trying,
Harry and Markle
he's
of Sussex
outshining the
titles.
entire royal family.
New media report makes
And don't
big
get it
claims.
twisted, this isn't just another
Meghan
Sussex
and Harry
moment.
in fresh trouble.
This is a declaration,
What
a
next
statement,
for the royal
a
couple?
reminder that no matter how much the
Prince
press
Harry
tries to
and
dim
Meghan
his light,
Markle
Harry
might be in
shines
fresh
brighter than
trouble.
ever. And Meghan,
According to
she's
some
glowing too,
reports,
without even
after
stepping into the
relinquishing
UK.
Her Royal
That's the
Highness
power of the
titles,
Sussexes.
Prince Harry
Period.
and
So
Meghan
let's
might
dive
lose
in.
out on their
You
Sussex
see, Prince
titles
Harry,
as
our
well.
global humanitarian,
Since
seasoned
Meghan's
veteran,
lifestyle
an
show
embodiment
With
of
Love,
quiet strength,
Meghan
has just
premiered on
returned from yet another
Netflix.
impactful
The former
journey to
American
Africa,
actress
this
has
time
attracted
revisiting
much
Angola
attention.
with the Halo
With
Trust.
positive, Meghan has
And here's
also
where it gets
received
hilarious.
negative reviews.
The British press tried to
One
ignore
particular
it.
bit
They
from the
weren't
show
invited,
hasn't
they
gone
weren't
down well
included,
with the
and they weren't
netizens,
needed.
and now
But
it
guess
seems the
what?
same
The
hasn't
world
gone
paid
down
attention
well with the
anyway,
British royals
because
as
when
well.
Harry walks through a
As seen in the
minefield
second
to continue
episode of
his
the
mother's
Lifestyle
legacy,
show,
28
Meghan and
years
Mindy
after
Kaling
Diana made
prepared
that
for a
same
garden
walk,
party
it
and
resonates
talked about
globally.
foods they ate when
Not
they were
just as a
kids.
photo op,
During
but as a
the episode,
continuation of real,
Meghan was seen
tangible
correcting
service.
Mindy and
While
telling
the
her she
tabloids
is
were
Sussex
scrambling to
now.
scrape together fluff pieces
Later,
about Queen Camilla's
Meghan, while speaking to a
78th
media
birthday,
network, said that the
complete with what
Sussex
looked
name
like
is part of their love
AI-generated
story that
portraits,
she will tell
Harry's
Prince
walk
Archie
through the
and
red
Princess
earth of
Lilibet
Angola
about one day.
completely overshadowed
Meghan
her
said
royal
as
moment.
kids grow,
And let's
they
be
are
honest,
excited to know
how
how
many
their
people
mother
outside
and
the
father
UK
met.
even knew it was
She
Camilla's
said that a
birthday?
huge part of our
Exactly.
love story
But
is that
Harry's
they share the name
humanitarian work,
Sussex.
that went international.
But if some
And that
reports are to
squad
be
is
believed,
what
there's
really
a
burns
possibility
them.
that Meghan
The
and
fact
Prince
that Harry
Harry
and
may
Meghan
face
don't even
losing
have
their
to try
Duchess
to
and Duke of
overshadow
Sussex
the royal
titles.
family anymore.
According
They just
to
live their
reports,
lives.
that
And
might
because their
happen if
lives are
they
full of
continue
authenticity,
making
purpose,
critical
and
remarks
impact,
about
the
the
world
royal
listens.
family. Prince Harry and
When
Meghan
Meghan
Markle
posts
got
a quote
married in
or a product photo, it
2018,
trends.
and the
When
couple
Harry
stepped
speaks
down
about
as
mental
senior
health or
royals in
veterans, people pay
2020.
attention.
As
It's
part
not
of their
PR.
agreement,
It's not manipulation.
Buckingham
It's just
Palace
real.
stated that they would
Now
no
let's
longer
talk about
use
this
the His
so-called
Her
peace
Royal
offering
Highness
from Harry to his
honorifics,
father,
as
King
they were no
Charles.
longer
The
working
Mail on
members of
Sunday
the
claims
royal
Harry has agreed to
family.
share his schedule with
However,
Buckingham Palace,
while they
and possibly
relinquished their
even Kensington
age-church
Palace,
titles,
to
they
prevent any
retained their
future
titles of
clashes
Duke
like
and
Angola
Duchess of
gate-crashing
Sussex.
Camilla's birthday coverage.
When King Charles
Let's unpack
ascended
that.
to the throne in September
So, what we're
2022
being
after
told
Queen
is the
Elizabeth
royal family
II
is
passed
so
away,
desperate to not
Archie and
be outshone
Lilibet
by
were
Harry
afforded the
that they want
titles
to know
of
his
Prince and
movements in
Princess.
advance.
A
They want to
royal source
deconflict
told the
schedules
media
because they
network that
can't
the
risk
royal
another
family
moment
is
where Harry's
considering
real
a
work makes
potential
their
sanction that
ribbon-cutting and
could be
ceremonial
enforced
events
if
look
Prince
trivial.
Harry and Meghan Markle
I mean, isn't
publicly
that
criticize
embarrassing
the
to admit that
monarchy
your
again.
entire media strategy
It is
revolves
believed
around
that
making
stripping
sure
them
Harry
of their
doesn't drop a truth
Sussex
bomb or
titles would
humanitarian
require an
gem on
act
the
of
same day as your
Parliament.
fake portraits or
This
Apollo
warning follows
speeches?
years of public
Let's be
statements by
real
the
here.
couple that have
This
been
whole
seen as
schedule-sharing
damaging to
plan
the
isn't
monarchy.
about peace. It's
Remember,
about control.
Meghan and Harry first
It's
made
about the
waves with their
palace trying to get
2021
ahead of
interview
Harry and
with
Meghan's
Oprah
movements,
Winfrey,
so
where
they
they
can
leveled
coordinate
serious
some watered-down
allegations
press
against
stunt
the
to look
royal
like they're still
family.
relevant. But they can't catch up. The Sussexes are 3 steps ahead. And let's talk about Harry's supposed week in Botswana. According to reports, after his Halo Trust work, he took some personal time, went off the grid, literally off the grid. No phones, no emails, no press, just Harry, nature, and the freedom to breathe. That is so important, because this is a man who has lived his life under surveillance by the paparazzi, by the firm, by his own family. To disconnect, to find peace in the land he loves, to possibly reconnect with friends like Tanya Jenkins and Mike Holding, that is powerful healing. And I wouldn't be surprised if Meghan and the kids were nearby. Think about it. Wouldn't that be the perfect setting for Archie and Lily to visit Botswana for the first time? The place where their parents fell in love? The land that Harry has called his second home? Imagine the spiritual connection, the emotional grounding, and the fact that it could all happen without a single leak to the British tabloids. That's the Sussex way. Private, intentional, safe. Now, I've got to laugh at this quote from the article, that Harry's decision to share his schedule is being called a significant milestone. Oh, really? Is that how low the bar is now? That a grown man who escaped the royal bubble 5 years ago, agreeing to inform the palace of his charitable work ahead of time, is being celebrated like a royal reconciliation? No, what's actually happening here is the palace admitting, without fully saying it, that they can't keep up. They've lost control of the narrative, and they're terrified. Let's also address the so-called Peace Summit, where Harry's team allegedly met with King Charles's PR people. Sounds like someone's PR machine is working overtime to make it seem like things are improving when the reality is this. Any progress being made is because Harry has extended grace. Because Harry, not Charles or William, is the one acting like an adult. He doesn't need anything from them, but he's willing to open a door, and that right there shows you the difference in character. But don't be fooled, this isn't about unity. The same tabloids pushing this peace-offering narrative are the same ones who spent years attacking Harry and Meghan, calling them selfish, saying they wanted to eclipse the monarchy, that they were irrelevant. And now they're admitting that Harry's every move still overshadows the royals. Meghan's mere Instagram presence causes panic in palace comms offices. And that's exactly why they're trying to rope Harry back into the royal schedule machine so they can manage him, control him, leak on him. And that's where we have to ask, what does Harry gain by giving them this visibility into his life? More betrayal, more weaponized sources, more headlines that twist his intentions. Let's not forget what happened the last time Harry trusted palace structures. The stories, the lies, the targeted campaigns. They didn't protect him, they tried to break him. So while this move might appear generous, I sincerely hope it's temporary. Let them taste a little relevance now, but when the games begin, when William starts strategically planning earthshot stunts to fall on Harry's scheduled days, or when Charles demands attention during Invictus, Harry's team needs to pull back. Fast. And speaking of earthshot, let's talk about how the Sussexes live rent-free in Kensington Palace. Even the Mail admits that William might come to appreciate this new schedule-sharing system when he travels to Brazil for earthshot in November. Why? Because without knowing Harry's calendar, William risks being completely overshadowed. Again and again and again. And let's remember, earthshot is supposed to be William's big global moment, right? But even that can't compete with the organic attention Meghan gets just by showing up on Instagram or launching a lifestyle product. That's the reality. No amount of stage documentaries or boring royal tours will change it. What's truly upsetting here is the hypocrisy. Meghan starts a couple of social media pages, offering tiny glimpses into her family life, and suddenly it's a crisis. The royal comms teams are reportedly freaking out, desperate to know when she'll post again. Imagine that. An entire monarchy brought to its knees by an Instagram story. You can't make this up. This isn't just about optics. This is about legacy. Harry and Meghan are building theirs brick by brick based on service, authenticity and compassion. Meanwhile, the royal household is stuck playing defence, worried about birthday portraits and news cycles. At the end of the day, the Sussexes don't need the royal family. The royal family needs the Sussexes. That's the dynamic, whether the firm wants to admit it or not. And every time they try to assert control, they only expose how desperate and outdated their system truly is. So while Harry may have offered this peace gesture, let's be clear, he's the one extending the olive branch. Not Charles, not William. And if the institution continues to leak, sabotage and manipulate, Harry owes them nothing. Meghan owes them even less. And on that note, Royal Sussex Squad, let me hear from you. What do you think about this supposed diary-sharing deal? Is it smart, dangerous, a temporary tactic, or something else entirely? Prince Harry's peace offering to his dad. Harry will share his schedule with the palace prince. Harry travelled to Angola around July 15/16. He was there for a few days, highlighting the work of his longtime patronage, the Halo Trust. British outlets were not allowed anywhere near Harry, but his trip and his walk through a minefield garnered international coverage. According to the Mail, Harry travelled to Botswana for several days after he left Angola. He likely visited his surrogate parents, Tanya T.G. Jenkins and Mike Holding, and the Mail is making a big deal about how Harry went off-grid, with one source telling them, this time he took some more time and space, and made the trip into a week-long visit to reconnect with old friends and get some headspace away from his phone and emails. He went off comms for 2 days or so. It was a good moment for Harry to take some time away from everything, enjoying total peace of mind and being somewhere so remote that he couldn't even get emails or texts or calls. I hope he did go to Botswana for a week. I honestly wondered at the time if Meghan and the kids were relatively close by when Harry was in Angola, and it would not surprise me at all if this was actually Archie and Lily's first trip to Botswana. Speaking of the Angola trip, Did you know that it overshadowed Queen Camilla's birthday? LMAO. Well, connected to that, the usual suspects are still talking about the Peace Summit several weeks ago, with the Sussex's reps meeting with King Charles's PR guru. Apparently, Prince Harry made a peace offering to his father, an offer to share his schedule with the palace to avoid constantly stealing the left behind's thunder. I cannot stop giggling at this dot, speaking of the Angola trip. Did you know that it overshadowed Queen Camilla's birthday, LMAO? Well, connected to that, the usual suspects are still talking about the Peace Summit several weeks ago, with the Sussex's reps meeting with King Charles's PR guru. Apparently, Prince Harry made a peace offering to his father, an offer to share his schedule with the palace to avoid constantly stealing the left behind's thunder. I cannot stop giggling at this dot. Prince Harry has offered to share his official diary engagements with the royal family in a bid to further reduce tensions between him and his father, the Mail on Sunday can reveal. The peace offering is aimed at avoiding a repetition of the date clash that resulted in his trip to the African country of Angola, knocking coverage of Queen Camilla's 78th birthday portrait off the front pages earlier this month. Images of the Duke retracing his late mother's footsteps through a minefield, accompanied by throwback pictures of Princess Diana in the same location 28 years ago, dominated almost every UK newspaper. The new diary-sharing arrangement is even believed to extend to Prince William's court at Kensington Palace, and it is also hoped the move to deconflict their diaries could lead to the King and his younger son finally being able to fix a date in their busy schedules to meet face-to-face. It comes as lines of communication between the Sussex household and Buckingham Palace have continued to remain open since the Mail on Sunday exclusively revealed earlier this month that peace talks had been held between representatives from both sides. The King's head of communications, Tobin Andrier, and the Sussex's chief communications officer, Meredith Mains, were pictured in the MOS a fortnight ago, meeting on a London club balcony, accompanied by Harry's UK press officer, Liam Maguire. Last night, a source described the latest development to share the Duke's schedule as a significant milestone. They added, before that meeting between their aides in London, conflicts of interest or clashes of publicity were relished and even perhaps encouraged by the Sussexes. Now Harry has shifted into a new way of thinking. The tone is now all about deconflicting with his family. That's why his household agreed to draw up a grid of his activities and share them with Buckingham Palace, and by extension with Kensington Palace. Harry still doesn't like being controlled by the royal machinery, and that won't change. However, if the royal family have full sight of his movements, they can at least plan accordingly. It's a significant gesture. The Angola trip was only the latest in a number of personal appearances by the California-based couple, which overshadowed coverage of a series of official engagements and good works by the royals. This year, matters have been further complicated by Harry's wife Meghan starting up 2 social media pages offering glimpses into her home life with Harry, which inevitably dominated the news agenda in the UK. This state of affairs cannot fail to have upset King Charles, who is known to be a stickler for ensuring royal family members do not schedule engagements that clash with each other. It is understood that while the new regime will stop short of Harry giving his brother the power to control his diary, the Duke is, for the first time since hostilities began in 2020, open to Prince William being given knowledge of his movements. It could be an initiative that William comes to appreciate when he travels to Brazil to promote his Earthshot prize, which recognises game-changing innovations that will repair our planet, in early November. But it is a reconciliation with his father, rather than his brother, that appears to be at the top of Harry's list of priorities. From the Daily Mail, what a self-owned by the Windsors, you know, having to acknowledge that the Sussexes still overshadow them constantly when the Sussexes are just living their lives. Meghan, posting on her Instagram, overshadows William and Kate's bare-bones work schedule. Harry, working with the Halo Trust, overshadowed Camilla's hilariously photoshopped birthday portraits. As for Harry's offer to share his schedule, it's actually a terrible idea, and I hope it doesn't happen. One of the few things Harry has going for him is his incognito ninja mode, where he can just turn up in Shanghai or Ukraine or Canada without anyone releasing that information to the British tabloids in advance. As soon as he starts sharing his schedule with his father and brother, the Daily Mail is going to get so many exclusives about Harry's travels and events. Harry will also find that William and Charles will be doing the most to compete with Harry on days where he has events. Hopefully, the first time that happens, Harry will rescind his offer of schedule sharing. Still, it's insanely funny that they mentioned Meghan's IG posts. The palace is begging to know when Meghan is going to post on her social media. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of truth. And if you're loving the content, consider sending some love through a super thanks to support this platform. Every contribution helps us amplify the voices that matter and keeps this space a sanctuary for truth, justice, and Sussex love. Until next time, squad, keep shining, keep questioning, and never forget that Harry and Meghan are rewriting the royal rulebook, and we're here for every single page.